Welcome to the Greenblut video series, and I'm really happy to see you for the first time. So perhaps we know each other from our podcasts or our blog posts, and now we thought we need to make it even more personal. So you are able to see me. I cannot see you now, but perhaps we can solve that with a new technology. I promise we work on that. Today, I would like to introduce our new video series. What you see here is our website, and it says, what if there was a better way to grow your ethical fashion brand or your green lifestyle brand? And that's our claim in our business. And we mainly work with businesses who are really good in product development. But what we see that selling green, ethical, sustainable products is really difficult, and it's crazy. So we wondered why it is like that. So if you ask consumers if they like to buy green products, they all say 90% yes, we want to buy more green and fair and ethical products. But in reality, it seems to be very difficult to sell green products. So we want to uncover the hidden obstacles to selling green products, and we want to offer this little workshop. So this is a part one of the video series, so it will have several parts. I don't know when we stop, so we just started with part one, and it's called How to Succeed in a Crowded Market. So part one is about your customer's problem. That's where we want to speak today. So all of our markets are crowded. I just came back from the Ethical Fashion Show in Berlin. This is a fashion fair for ethical brands, and it has, I guess, like 200 brands there. And some years ago, it was just a handful of brands, and now we see green and ethical brands popping out everywhere. And this is good for the overall market, but it gets more and more crowded. And this is a relatively natural things like first, there is a basic need, and then there is an opportunity for a lot of entrepreneurs, and they get into a new marketplace and they start to find their niche. And this is how a market gets crowded, and then it gets more and more niched down. But what we want to discuss today, oh, no, I jumped, is the question how to sell the products. So in our discussion with entrepreneurs and founders and ethical fashion brands, we find that a lot of these founders are really experts with their product, but they have a very limited understanding of their own business model. They mainly concentrate, especially in the early stage of their business, in developing their product. And that's partly natural, but it often leads to a situation which is very uncomfortable. It's like you're not able to sell your products and you have no clue how to sell more. You feel trapped in your own company, and unfortunately, more than 80% of all businesses close their business during the first 2 years. And from the inside, a hamster wheel looks like a carrier ladder. Unfortunately, that is sometimes the case. And it really hurts to see so many people in hamster wheels. But what is the solution to get out of this hamster wheel? Next to having a great product, we think that you need to understand your business model. What is a business model? A business model is the exact way how and why you sell your product or service. So in the first moment, this sounds logical. So you develop something, you have a production set up, and you see it's a certain customer group. But somehow it doesn't work like that. Let's meet a typical fashion designer and let's have a look on how they work. Most of you, if you develop your own brand, have started with a business plan. Some of you, have you written a business plan to get some money from your bank? Some of you have, some don't, but a business plan is an idea to describe your business model. And a summary looks like that. It starts with an executive summary, which is like a short description. You have a business description where you describe your markets, also your strategies on how you want to enter the market. You look at your competition, and you also develop a plan for a certain amount of years. You have to show that you can make a living with a business. You look at your operations and your management plan and the financial factors. And in this planning phase, a big part of this business plan consists of hypotheses and assumptions. And of course, you have not started your business. You have to do some guesswork. And this guesswork is naturally a hypothesis and an assumption. And there's a saying that no business plan survives the first customer contact. So business plans seem to not do a really good job. And there are a lot more, some new opportunities and some new ways to develop business plans and an understanding of your business model. But first, we want to show you a phenomenon. This is like the visible and the invisible. You see an iceberg, and there's a visible part, but as everyone knows, the biggest part of the iceberg is below the surface. And the same is true for your business. So there are visible things, your products and your fabrics. And if you go to a fair, you have a booth. But the results and the reason why something happens is often invisible. So you're standing at a fair and no one seems to stop at your booth, even when everything is perfect. So what is happening there? These are the invisible factors. And we want to work on these invisible factors and find out how we can influence these factors. And we start with a plan, with a business plan, but we find that these 20, 30 page monsters are too complicated because most of the time, as we heard, they are just not true. So we suggest a simpler way, and this is called a one-page business plan or a canvas. There are several canvases out there, and it was adapted from the famous business model canvas from Alex Osterwalder. This canvas we see here is called the Lean Canvas, and it's just a one-page description of your business. So it consists out of several areas or stacks, which are, number one, the problem of your customers. These are not your problems. These are the problems your customers want to solve when buying your product. Number two, it's the customer segments. These are your target customers. Then we have your proposed solution for the customer problem. You have the metrics. These are the activities you measure. You have a unique value proposition. A unique value proposition is a single clear message that states what you are doing and why you are different. So just imagine you jump in a taxi and the taxi driver asks you, "And what are you doing for life?" Now it's time for your unique value proposition. It's not that easy as it sounds. It's quite some work to develop your unique value proposition, because one word is really key, and this is unique. It has to be absolutely unique for your business. Then we have your unfair advantage. What can be easily copied or bought? Then we have your channels, like the path, how you meet your customers. And we have the cost structure and the revenue streams. So in the next video, we really go deep into this canvas and we show you a free software on how you can work on this canvas for your business. So stay tuned until the next time, and then we dive deep and write a one-page business plan in 20 minutes. Promised. Bye-bye.